Hi, morning. Well, look, it's without doubt it's positive in the continuing trend that we've seen with the equity indices, including the different stock markets around the region into it. You don't see an instant ratcheting up of flows, but what it certainly does is the moment you put anything into an index, is it means that a broader universe of investors have to look at it, and as a result of that, what should result is over time flows into the market, deepening of the markets, more efficient pricing in the markets. And so you'd probably see that kind of trend in behavior, particularly on emerging market debt. Regional issuances have made up sort of north of a quarter of EM debt issuances over the last couple of years. So most emerging market debt investors, including Neuberger Berman's EMD team, are already exposed in some shape or form to the regional bond issuances. So I would expect that the impact would be like it has been in the equities. Great, people start researching it, more broader universe starts looking at it, spreads become more efficient, and you'll definitely see some flows, but it won't sort of be cash jumping in on day one.
How likely is it, Jahangir, that we could see Saudi issue more sovereign paper and possibly even rival what we saw in October 2016 with the $17.5 billion sovereign bond?
Well, I think Saudi, with the oil price where it is, I think that the urgency of debt issuances has certainly come down. Don't forget when that bond issue was done, oil was at almost less than half of what it is at today. So, that created the deficit in government budgets. Now we're in a slightly different place. That's one aspect. The second aspect is we're starting to hear, as a substitute for the Aramco IPO, that you'll see an Aramco debt issuance. Is that the way that the Saudis bring in some debt to the market? Don't forget they've continued to maintain debt issuances on the local currency side that helps fund them on the local currency side as well. So that's another channel that they have been leveraging since that October 2016.
That's interesting what you said about Aramco. Can you clarify that, Jahangir, for me, that you are hearing that it may not come to an IPO, it may come to Aramco issuing debt?
I think that's an option that is being looked at. I think the idea of the IPO was deferred into 2019. I think more and more we're hearing discussions on the ground that if it is about a liquidity requirement, and if it is about creating some liquidity inside PIF, that could happen through PIF selling their stake in SABIC across to Aramco. So there are rumors around how else do you create that liquidity event inside of PIF to be able to facilitate the broader plan that has been laid out as part of Vision 2030.
Jahangir, just before we let you go, the Saudi-Canadian diplomatic dispute, investor perceptions already shaken by the Ritz roundup last year. There's going to be further questions about the stability of policy making now.
Well, I think what we've seen over the last sort of 12, 18, 24 months in Saudi and broader regional is a little bit more of an approach to no nonsense. And so I think this has frustrated them, and they don't like that external interference, and I think they've made a stand on that. I think this is becoming more and more common of the way that Saudi is reacting to foreign policy, of being a lot more sort of zero tolerant or less no nonsense on it. And you're absolutely right, that does create a little bit of concern for some investors around, is diplomacy as diplomatic as it used to be?
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.